Hello bikers, MotoMazz here. In the aftermath of the crash I had on my bike during the Easter vacation, I'm today going to show you how to change the water cooler. Stay tuned. The first thing you want to do is to consult your service manual. You have to drain out the fluid. In my crash all the fluid did not come out. There's still quite a lot left in there. And you need to find the draining bolt or the draining hole on the water pump. I do believe it's this one. Look it up in the service manual. If you don't have a service manual, then go online and search for SV1000 service manual and you'll find tons of download links for it. Alright, let's try to crack this one. And have a jar or something like that under, so you're ready to collect all the cooling fluid as it comes out. Let's see. Wait. Not a lot left. You can also open the cap here to make it flow a little easier. And as you can see, it's all over the place. A bigger jar to collect it in would probably have been a good idea, but I don't have any bigger than this one. And just let it drip, that's fine. Always have a small container to keep all your screws in. Best thing, if you can, is to just lightly screw the screws back in the hole where they came from, then you know where they belong. But in this case, I will just leave it draining, so I can't just pop it back in there. I know it's this one, so I'll just keep it there. I'm going to pop off this hose now. Let's pop it off. That's loose now. I'll just yank it out then. Alright, it's loose now, but I probably have to undo another bolt sitting under the radiator here. There is one bolt in here. Let me bring you down so you can see it a bit. It's the one in here. So there's another one up here, this one, and there's one on the other side of the bike as well, in the same place. Just slightly loosen those to begin with. I'm going to loosen the other side as well. So now everything's loose. Take off the hose down here. As you slightly push forward on the radiator. Oh yeah. Up here you have this clamp on the, I think it's called an overflow, going to an overflow reservoir that sits, overflow reservoir is sitting in here. You take it off, this one. You should be able to just remove it with your fingers, but use a pair of pliers if you can't do that. Just take it off like that and yank it out. It can be a little bit hard to take it out, so you might want to loosen it slightly. And I'm just using a flathead screwdriver here. There you go. Alright, the connector for the horn has to come off as well. You can just easily pull it off like that. Just leave it hanging there. That's fine. Let's move over to the other side. And let's zoom out a bit. Okay, so you can see on this side there's also a hose that needs to be disconnected. I'll have to remove this as well. I don't think the hose or this clamp has been damaged, so I should be able to reuse that. But it's stuck there pretty good, that's for sure. Let's try to see if we can pry it off the flathead screwdriver. Yeah. Nah, I just needed to use my hands. Alright, back it off a bit, and I should be able to take it off. I don't think there's any cooling fluid over here, because the leak is somewhere in here, in this hole. So I can just loosen it here. Careful not to destroy the hose, and just pry it off like that. Oh, there is actually fluid here. Okay, fluid everywhere. There's one more thing I need to disconnect. It's going to be hard to see, but the fan connector has to come off, and take out all the bolts that are holding the radiator in place. That's one. This connector here, I'm not sure if you can see it, this oh, more fluid. This connector can be a little bit hard to take off. Let's see. Nah, that was actually easy. So when I go to the other side and I remove the bolt over there, the radiator can just be taken off. Taking this bolt up here completely off now. And I'll support the radiator so it doesn't just fall down and scratch the paintwork on my front fender. Okay, bolt out, radiator. Should maybe I have. Oh, I think I have to take it out from the other side, or through the other side. Yeah, radiator is out now. Okay. It wasn't too hard. I'll remove this fan assembly. I just have to crack off one bolt here, and here, and here. 3 bolts. And it comes off. I'll have to undo the thermostat as well. The thermostat is this thing you can see here that sits directly inside the radiator. And take off these, I'm not even sure what you would call them. It's kind of like a special nut that goes around these brackets on the radiator, and you have to reuse those unless they came with your new radiator. They didn't come with mine because I bought it second-hand, so just pop them off. There you go. And the last one. The horn will have to come off as well, of course. That's a 12mm. All the rest of the bolts so far have been 10mm, just so you know. The final one, what's it called? The thermostat. It is around, I think it says 23mm. I'll just raise it up and support it a bit. There you go. I can then undo it from here. Let's move the cooling fan around, so this one, so you don't twist the wires. Move it around. Oh, yeah, there you go. The blade on the fan is it's cracked, and I don't have a spare one. I'm just, for the purpose of the video, going to mount the radiator without the fan. The new radiator looks like this. It's a new radiator. And assembly is, as you might have expected, just the opposite of what you did when you took it apart. Pop it in here and secure it with one bolt in the top on either side of the radiator. Now on the other side here, that's two, so now it's hanging there. And before I pop over the hose on this side, I just want to check that there's no sand in there. I don't want any debris in the cooling system, but it's fine. I'm just popping it over and pop this over as well. And I would, at this point in time, just be tightening this down. But as I'm probably going to take off the radiator again when I get a new fan blade, I just don't want to bother with that. On the other side, it's the same procedure. The coolant hose, just pop it on, prop like that. Secure it with the clamps. Pop on the overflow hose and secure it with the clip. That's it. So what we have left is just this bolt under the radiator. So there, the radiator is back in its place, and you just need to top it off, run the bike, stop the bike, shake it a bit, top it off again. It's all in the service manual how you refill an empty radiator with cooling fluid, so I'm not going to show you that. I would say, as for time, how much time would you have to spend on this? Well, my case was a bit special, as you probably can see, because it was damaged, it was broken, I didn't have some of the parts. But to change it, fully drain, change it, I would say it should not last you longer than half an hour or so. I have no clue if I was in focus or anything during this entire session. We'll see. Bye.